a different story. But I think also being able to recognize when you need a change and changing something up, it's better late than never.
Absolutely. So there is that Lucario in the top path. We will miss Wiggly here. And also, they are putting Pikachu into that bottom path. So a few switch-ups here for LeGo. As you can see, these teams battling over that first objective there. Looks like it was possibly secured by, yes, it was by Yeet Fan, the Decidueye on Nemesis. And you have no idea how happy I am to say a Decidueye is in this tournament.
I mean, seeing the same Pokemon over and over, yes, it definitely says to their strengths, but being able to see new things come out once we get this far into the tournament, absolutely insane. Though it seems to be a pretty slow start from both teams, at least along this bottom path, a lot of just getting experience from their own wild Pokemon, and even along the top path, a couple of traded blows, but a pretty uneventful start.
Yeah, it looks like both teams trading a little bit, just trying to get as much experience as they can. Obviously, we have Greedent in this top path facing off against that Lucario. And then here in the bottom, we have this fight over these bees. It looks like a lot of that goes to LeGo, maybe some of it to that Slowbro there, but it looks like LeGo actually had the upper hand in that little engagement.
I think so too, and obviously one of the things you have to look at is this Decidueye, this Rowlet. You want to try and be able to get that evolved up. You know, as cute as this little round owl is, I absolutely love it. I want to hug it, I want to hold it, but no, you want to get that evolved up to start being able to deal some damage, really show us why you brought Decidueye into today. Slowbro gonna be outputting some damage, but unable to quite save that Rowlet as Parasite's gonna chase it down and secure that KO.
And I wonder if this Pikachu is actually a bit of a counter pick to that Decidueye that they know they're going to be running up against. It seemed to work very well. It was staying at range just like Decidueye was and outputting a ton of damage. Pikachu is a Pokemon that we saw so much in competitive play until Hoopa kind of came along and strangely enough took its place. But now LeGo has both on their team.
Yeah, we can get all of the new Pokemon. We can get that Hoopa, we can get that Drowlodon, and we're going to have enough room for the old favorites. We're going to ping the Pikachu as well, and I like it. It'll be interesting to see how that all shakes up along the top path. Greedent going to do the things, try and get a sneaky score in, but is going to get punished from that from the Lucario, outputting a lot of damage. This was, of course, a Wigglytuff before, and we can already see how that damage output is definitely going to be a benefit here. Greedent, a little difficult to take down, but slowly and surely it looks like this KO might get, oh, maybe not. Look how it managed to get the berry. Look how fast it is.
Oh, Greedent. I mean, you
Wow.
just can't seem to do anything about Greedent. You had that Lucario hitting it with as many power-up punches as it had available, but it just could not stop this Pokemon. However, I'm loving seeing a Power Punch Lucario, and now we have a big secure right there from Greninja. Trainer LGC on Nemesis right here. Multiple Pokemon are going down too. A Unite move doesn't end up hitting anyone there. The Pikachu was already gone, and now it looks like Nemesis is going to put a lot of points on the board.
I mean, you gotta love that. You get the Dreadnought, you get the points. The wasted Water Shuriken kind of hurts a little bit, but being able to just make sure you're good, keep on going on, definitely a benefit. But LeGo now, they're respawn. They're looking to start pushing back. And Nemesis, they're going to be backing away from this.
And look at this owl. Decidueye just punishing anyone who even walks near them with these massive spirit shackles. Decidueye was recently given some really nice buffs, and now that this Pokemon's a lot stronger, it's in a position to not only outrange tons of Pokemon, but outdamage them as well. And this is clearly an awesome counter to Duraludon.
Ooh, definitely already taken a lot of damage in return, though. Backing up, but at least, you know, being able to hit this from a distance is going to be working out. KO's traded on both ends. Gain a little, lose a little, but Nemesis is going to be the ones pushing on forward to take this fight all the way into LeGo's base. And at this point, you can see that they're just going to score these points because LeGo, they have to respect this. They have to back up and maybe try and group all together to try and fight again on their terms. And Lucario joining the fight, well, they're getting ready to fight this out. That's for sure. Big moves. And Lucario will actually go down for that.
Yeah, and you can see a really cool moment there. Their Decidueye is stacking an item called an attack weight. And every time that Decidueye scores, its big Spirit Shackle arrows do more and more damage. So that's the reason you actually saw them let that Decidueye just pick up a couple Eos energy, put it in, pick up a couple Eos energy, put it in. It's one of the strongest moves in the game already, and now it's going to hit even harder. Big Unite move here from Hoopa. Everyone coming down for this Dreadnought.
I mean, this is where the fight, the action's gonna happen. Hoopa Unbound doing all the damage out here, and Decidueye being able to follow up massive KO. Nemesis doing so well in this fight, but it will be a Unite move from that Duraludon to try and fire back, but no, the Greninja's gonna counter it so well, securing 2 KOs of its own before this Duraludon's finally able to make any impact. Damage already done though. Nemesis going to be coming out ahead in the fight though, not getting the Dreadnought in the end.
Wow, I mean, look at this score right here, Sierra. It's 19 to 172. Obviously, Nemesis outscoring LeGo considerably, and it really feels like they need to figure out something to do against this Decidueye. It is just always too far away to deal with, but not too far for Decidueye, where these massive Spirit Shackles come in and KO everyone.
Well, you can see they tried to deal. It's going to be the Rings Unbound, bring the fight over to the Decidueye, but it backs up, able to secure a KO, and as Nemesis pushes on forward, every member of LeGo is dropping. They took the fight to Nemesis, and they're going to run away and not even be able to secure their lives. And LeGo, that's a lot of momentum lost.
What a fun combination, by the way, with Decidueye dealing all this damage, Green running in there just causing so many problems, but also using its Belch to deal incredible damage, and then Greninja being able to clean up a ton of those KOs with its Surf. This is just such an interesting, unique team composition, and I really love it. I really love that it's working so well, too, because it just shows that this game is not solved. There are so many strategies that you can account for.
And one of those strategies is just pure aggression. And LeGo, they lost the last fight, they pushed forward on, but feeling confident, pushing it again, they're going to get the upper hand. They're going to break that base open towards the bottom path, just in time to try and get an upper hand, as Dreadnought's going to be appearing shortly. And
it doesn't even feel like it, Sierra, but we are only 30 seconds away from Zapdos, as crazy as that sounds. So much has happened in this match. This is a little lower scoring than some of the games we've seen so far, but it really feels like Nemesis has had such an incredible upper hand for a lot of it. That was really great of LeGo to be able to break that bottom goal, but I wonder what's going to happen coming up here in about 15 seconds for this huge fight.
At this point, it's the teams getting ready in the central area, getting ready to fight. Unite moves coming out, a big Water Shuriken, but it's going to be the Revolving Ruin in return. Gonna be backing up, but Decidueye doesn't mind taking those fights from a distance. That damage being dealt out will get a KO, and Greninja being able to follow up with it. Nemesis taking the upper hand in this fight, and that means as the Zapdos spawns, they're gonna be able to secure this and win the game with such low amount of points on each side. You know that's gonna make all the difference.
I mean, we just saw a full team wipe at that Zapdos, and now every member of Nemesis is going to run to try to put some points on the board. We saw Decidueye put in their 100. We saw Greninja put in their 100. Slowbro and Green trying to run through this center here. Hoopa scoring some points right now, and look at this, 112 to 572. Even though 3 members are down on Nemesis, there is so much ground that LeGo needs to make up. Luckily, they do have a little over a minute, which in Pokemon Unite terms is a very long time.
It is a very long time, but for 2 teams that weren't scoring too much, and Nemesis up almost to 600 points now. LeGo, they have their work cut out for them. A minute left, and at this point, Nemesis, while their players are back in the game, they're going to be jump padding out into this outer thing, but instantly going to be falling. That's going to be points over in LeGo's pocket for them to be able to cash in. And for sticky of the situation as it was, they are doing a great job of trying to bring themselves back into it. 30 seconds left. This Blissey, though, being forced to back away, though, not going to get KO'd.
Wow, I mean, what an incredible start here. It looks like they are pushing them back. 2 members of LeGo down. We're trying to get some scores in the bottom path. We do have Blissey score. This match is close, but the whole team gets wiped. 4 KOs from Decidueye. Move it out of the bottom tier. Decidueye is here.
Decidueye is here, and Decidueye is here to make a statement. You've been talking too much about Duraludon. It's going to be my name. Absolutely insane. The 4 KOs to be cleaning it up. And as we're going to see these scores rake in, I mean, it was still such a great battle coming out from these 2 teams. But Nemesis, that Zapdos, going to be giving them the victory going on in this best of 3.
Yeah, and of course we do see Decidueye is going to be our MVP for Nemesis, Duraludon the MVP for LeGo, but we are looking at the counter to what every team in this tournament is playing. An
game and see what happens.
Yeah, I think we're seeing LeGo more in their comfort zone actually with all of these picks, so I can't wait to see how they do against this, again, monster of a Decidueye.
Oh, for sure. Going into this, though, we talked before about the Jigglypuff along the top path. It's going to just be a Squavit, so it's a lot more chill, where that's not the case along this bottom path. Contestation over this experience. Nemesis is getting right up in LeGo's face here, trying to make sure they can get as much experience as they can and pressure this team. The Slowpoke is definitely being a pain in their side.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like Decidueye was able to secure some of that there. And we have Ninetales now. As soon as this Pokemon becomes level 4, they are a force to be reckoned with inside that bottom path.
Oh yeah, it's as soon as you can get that little Alolan Vulpix up to the Ninetales, because the amount of pressure it's able to put up is insane. But that will be matched with the Slowpoke also evolving into that Slowbro to try and at least counter it here, as the main threat here, this Rowlet, just takes his time to try and level up and get as many as Bs as it can, though it looked like experience more so in LeGo's way.
I think LeGo did a lot better in that early engagement as well. And, you know, Ninetales early on is much stronger than Decidueye. Decidueye takes a long time to get powerful. However, once it does and it picks up that bow, it is clearly a force in this match.
Oh, Wigglytuff actually going to be a force out here. Right away, going to be securing the first KO that we're going to see today along the top path, of course, with support of a couple Pokemon coming out to help it out. And along the bottom, they got to run away. This little Dartrix has to get out of there, taking a lot of damage. As you said, this Pokemon takes a while to get online.
Yeah, and we're seeing actually LeGo, it looks like they're playing really well in both top and bottom path. They're winning all of their engagements right now. So I think this transition to this strategy is much more at home for them. I can't wait to see how this evolves as we get later and later into the match and that Decidueye becomes more and more powerful.
Sing Wigglytuff going to be pressuring this Greedent as Duraludon tries to catch up, but this Greninja from the central area is going to come back and try and cause some issues as well. But look at this. This is awesome. Another KO happening on that Greedent. And that Wigglytuff, it had issues in previous games against Lucario, but a lot more at home going up against that Greedent. This is definitely a bit of a different LeGo so far. I'm a little worried for Nemesis in the team fights, as this is how it's going to be playing out.
Well, you know, something that we saw earlier from LeGo was their attempt to combo this Duraludon and Wiggly, and it just was not able to work against the first team they faced in our broadcast, Blossom. However, right now, we see that combo is extremely effective. For all the Decidueye Greninja talk, this Wigglytuff Duraludon is working extremely well, but Greedent somehow gets in there and steals that from almost a full team.
Somehow we know how Greedent works. Greedent runs in, takes what it wants, and gets out. LeGo trying to counter back after losing that objective is not going to go well whatsoever. 2 KOs coming out from this Greninja. It's going to be followed up with a third. This is going to absolute tear. Decidueye got the 4 KOs in the last game, but trainer LGC with that Greninja in game number 2 is looking to make a statement right from the get-go.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Sierra, I think we saw that Greninja dancing after that quadruple KO right there. I'm pretty positive we did. So now the question is, who dances best? We have a third Pokemon dancing now.
I mean, if you're dancing after you pick up 4 KOs and almost completely wipe the other team, I'm going to say no matter how bad your dance moves are that you are the better dancer because you deserve that. Looking to try and put a bit of pressure onto this Duraludon, but instead Duraludon popping that Unite move, going for the Revolving Ruin is going to deal that damage back out to the Greninja instead. There's only so much that Greninja can do.
Yeah, when you see that Duraludon's Unite move, Greninja tried to run. It tried to get out of there as quickly as possible because it knew that Dragon Pulse afterwards was going to be extremely painful, and it sure was. We'll see who can secure this, and it looks like Duraludon actually outsecures Greedon for once. Boy, this Greedon really has been all over these objectives.
It really has been. That was like a sliver of health too. That was really, really close, but not quite enough. That means, of course, Rotom will be able to go into the goal. Greedon's going to back up, and LeGo will break that open. But now it's time for the rotation along to the bottom path, because this Dreadnought objective is going to be coming up shortly, and already Nemesis are on the scene, all hiding in the bush, and this is the time for Decidueye to start outputting that damage. And it's not going to be the only one. Rings Unbound coming out from both ends. Unite move in retaliation to each other, and it's going to be a barrage of damage coming out both on the Dreadnought and on the other team. The end, though, it will be Nemesis to secure the KO on the Dreadnought and continue on this train of pain. LeGo, no survivors.
I mean, look at that. The Decidueye Unite move. And Decidueye taking a couple shots at Greninja there, saying, I really think that I'm the better dancer. That Decidueye Unite move, incredible. And then from what feels like another county, these arrows are flying in, taking these Pokemon out. Some incredible plays so far. Nemesis, I mean, still just so dominant with this awesome combo of Greedon, Decidueye, Greninja, and then of course you can't forget the amazing support from such a frontline monster like Slowbro and Hoopa, bringing everybody to the party.
And that is definitely giving Nemesis great way in this. This Greedon able to secure 2 KOs and then follow up with a third. LeGo try to put that pressure back, but at this point the score might be even, but looking at the levels, getting 2 of those Dreadnoughts, being able to get the team wipes, Nemesis definitely are feeling pretty good, and they're going to keep applying that pressure onto LeGo as Ursite, Sand both have to be running back.
Yeah, I mean, we can see, look at the spins. Look at the spins from Decidueye here, setting up their Spirit Shackles, and they are going in on this top goal. Can they score here? Decidueye with a double KO. Can it make it a triple? It does. This top goal going down right here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow is right, and being able to make sure that LeGo is gone, removed from the picture, can get that Rotom before going back towards the bottom path. That's the great thing about being able to get the objective. Sometimes you can follow it in, you can take another fight, you can go score some points, or you can make sure somebody from the other team is distracted and you can go get that Dreadnought safely. Of course, this will be the last Dreadnought before the Zapdos is up, and they've already got control of the island. At this point, the Decidueye is pushed so far up as the rest of Nemesis just work on bursting this Pokemon down, and they look to be in great shape heading into Zapdos.
Yeah, here we have everyone preparing for this Zapdos fight. You can see everyone finding their position around this Zapdos pit, and in just a short 2 minutes we will know if Nemesis is heading to the grand finals right now, or if we have another match ahead of us. We have that big Slowbro Unite taking down that Duraludon. Can they get it? I'm not sure if they're able to secure it. Some of these Spirit Shackles missing, but they do take Duraludon down from LeGo. Now 3, 4 Pokemon, 5 down.
Absolutely insane. All of the Unite moves coming out before Zapdos even hits the field, and as Zapdos appears, LeGo's nowhere to be seen. At this point now, Nemesis, they've gotten Zapdos. They can push forward for the points, and I don't know if LeGo can find a way back into this. The levels that Nemesis have, the points that they're able to secure. They got a minute and a half to try and make something happen, but I don't know if it's too late for them.
They need a lot of points, as you were mentioning, so they need to find AO Synergy anywhere they can. We can see Greedon running back to this battlefield here to pick up everything that it can, but you're right, the point difference is massive here. They need a huge win, but this is great. If they can catch this Greninja right now, they might be able to head head into this fight with one of the most damage dealing Pokemons on Nemesis. Down. No, it doesn't look like that. Greninja gets out of there.
It's out of there, but at least it getting some points. But I think with a minute left, there has to be a big move from LeGo now. And as they're pushing forward at this point, the first base was free, but you're not about to get a second one from us. Nemesis are going to launch pad over, and they're going to be putting all of this pressure. 2 KOs already for Greninja, and it's going to be chased down to try and get a third. And look at this. Look at this insane damage. This point, it's over. It's done. Nemesis is going to be moving on into the finals.
I mean, a very reasonable GG from LeGo right there. They recognized there was nothing they could do to come back from there, and they gave the victory over to Nemesis, who, wow, has just played incredibly well, brought such exciting Pokemon into these games. I'm so excited about seeing Greninja